Hey everybody, so I have my computer all ready to go and I've figured things out. What you want to do first, get back to the My Alpine home if you're in Alpine, and then it'll think. So we have all of these cool tabs that we can use. There's some tabs up at the top. What we want to look for right now, we're trying to get our advisories, or just any class that you want to see your students all in one little shake. So right here we've got the dashboard. Click on that. Now if you're thinking, I want to do these two things at the same time, just shrink this video over to the side and you can have two things going at one time. Just push pause whenever you need to stop for a second. So now, view settings. At this point in time, I'm going to click on that. We want to be in 15-16 because 16-17 hasn't started yet. Now, when we're maybe 3 or 4 weeks into the semester or the quarter, the students' grades will upload into here. And so you'll be able to see not necessarily real-time grades, but within 24-hour grades. So that's super nice. I've got 15-16. My students are 8th graders. Now if you have a 6th grade advisory or 7th grade advisory, because they're grade alike, that's what you pick. Now if you have all available grades, you could do that. I'm just going to pick 8. Then we can just do it right here. Right underneath that it says group type. In here you have some options. You have student groups, which I'm not sure you have any student groups right now, but you can make some later. Demographic groups, what you want is classes and schedules, so click that. Then right here it says group name. So click that down and then you can pick any one of your classes that you have. Now mine is going to look different than you because I have some different rights. And I don't have an advisory this year. I have some other duties during that time. But I could pick any class, so that piece is the same no matter what class. I could pick some of my pre-calc classes. I could pick my Intro to World Language. Maybe you didn't know I was teaching that, but oh yes, I am. Math classes. I can pick whatever class I want to see those students, and away we go. So let's pick, this is my math, my first hour math kids. Now I'm going to hit Update Viewing Settings. Now at any point in time if you want to change that, it's right here in this bar. So anchor year, school, middle school or high school, depending on what you have, grade. Right here I could go in and do all available grades, again if I wanted to. And then right here you can always click if you want to change classes, you can change that from right here. So there's almost always more than one way to skin a cat, as we would say. The cool thing is, now we're going to go through and look at this. Alright, so I have 11 students in that class who were gone less than, so that says less than 5 days. I have 8 kids who are gone 5 or more days, 5 kids gone 10 or more, 2 15 or more, and 1 didn't come to school very often. Now, the super cool thing, I'm not going to do it because there's kind of data privacy issues. However, if you want to see who this one student who was gone 20 plus days, you click on it and it will show you that student. Or I can click here and it will give me the list of those 11 students. Over here, at-risk students by percent attendance. So this will show up a graph if there are some at-risk students that you have at this point in time. Evidently, my 20 plus day is not. Now, keep scrolling down. Here is where I just am so excited about this. Current failing grades by department. I don't know why it only lists English, math, and science, but it's listing something. So, 2 of my students are failing or did, because it's last year's information, but you'll have this more real time. 2 of my kids are failing English. So I click on that and it tells me the 2 students who are failing English, so I have the opportunity to go talk to them and say, hey, what in the world is going on? 2 kids are failing math, I can talk with those. 1 is failing science. Then over here, current D to F. Well, it's super important that we know who our Ds are because they're really close to a C, but they're really close to an F. So now I can go in, I can click on those D's and have a conversation with those two kids. Right here, one's at a D-. That needs some follow-up, and over here, 5 of them are failing something. So I can go in here and mess around. World language, or did any of them fail world language? I don't know. Nope. Oh, good job. So I can kind of go through and figure out what is it. Was it social studies? Or I can just, put them all in there. My recommendation is go in and just push some buttons. If you're not sure what you're doing, I don't have the time either, and I just push some buttons, and then if it breaks, I go see Patty in the computer, the Chrome Depot. And that's okay. Just try some stuff, and away we go. Then I keep going down this, love it. All right? So I've got one student who, I'm not exactly sure what that's, I don't know, is that violence? I don't know what, something happened, but it shows me their behavior referrals, which, again, when we're making relationships with our advisory students, that's important for us to know so we can maybe process through that or check in with them. Here's somebody who was defiant with insubordination, 2 records of that. I had someone with a lunch detention, someone who had a conference with admin. I can check on those things. So then when I'm thinking, what is going on with my whole class, you can also then look these things up per student, but that's another video for another day. So this is just amazing and good stuff. So as a reminder, what I did, I was back in my Alpine home. I went over to the dashboard, clicked the dashboard. In there, since I've already had a dashboard up, I don't really need to set I could go through the view settings if I wanted to, or I just come current students, yep, anchor year, you change that later in the year, and then whatever your school is, whatever your grade is, if you have different grades, you can check different things. And then I go in, so I'm going to put in maybe all available grades because one of my classes has 7th and 8th graders in it. So then I can go and, I don't know if that actually worked, make sure you hit update. And then right here, classes schedules, I can pull up a different class. So go in, play around with it. If you have questions, please feel free to stop by my room. I'm in floor 47, which is Onsted's old room. And if the door's open, I'm here. And if it's not open, just knock. I might be hiding. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, great afternoon.